Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage I'm doing secrets of the XK8, and it's more of a little catch up with some of the questions I've been asked online that have been awkward to explain without doing a video, and are all around a certain theme of we've seen views of your engine many times, John, and you've got some bits that like engine dress up parts, bits that don't look like mine, have you changed such and such, and it's just easier to do a quick secrets of the XK8 and share a few little facts on video with you. So as always, let's just start off by saying mine is a very early car. It's a 1996 and has all of the original features on it. If your car is later, if your car is left-hand drive, then there may be other options, other features, and if it's an XKR, it'll certainly look a little different in the centre under the bonnet. But one of the regular ones I get is, oh, this thing here, it's chrome, it's black on mine, or I haven't got that, it's missing entirely, what is it, what have you fitted, etc. So typically if you've got this chrome coloured pot on the top here, what it means is you've got an early car with early cruise control, and this is a little vacuum actuation device that is connected up to the cruise. If you don't have cruise control but have an early car, you may have a black plastic pot that looks exactly like this and functions just as a bit of a damper to the movement of the mechanism in here. And the pipe that on mine goes off there through the bulkhead and down to the cruise control in the wheel arch. On yours will probably just go short line through this hole in the bracket, possibly there's a little grommet in there, and ends just underneath, so it basically just allows the dirt not to get into a little valve on the top, but it's just acting as a damper. If you have later cars, they have different cruise control, so things look rather different. So that's that. Next one is I've got slack in my throttle pedal. How do you adjust it? Well, again, this is a right-hand drive car. It's a British car, British made, so right-hand drive was the original design intent rather than a conversion as it is on a lot of European cars. So the throttle pedal on a right-hand drive car is very simple. You've got the cable coming in here from underneath the bulkhead to a threaded junction, and if you slacken off this nut here and wind the cable in or out, you effectively tension or slacken this cable, which goes round a segment on your throttle. And mine could do with a little bit of a tension because there's quite a bit of slack in there, and all you do is slacken off that one, and I'll wind this away from me or clockwise as I'm looking at it, and that will tighten that up. If you've got a left-hand drive car, then this often looks rather different and may include this mechanism with the bracket and the throttle cable coming over here or here, possibly even here on your vehicle, just depends on the year, model, etc. But the principle is exactly the same. Our cars have a semi fly-by-wire hybrid throttle, so there is a motorized throttle actuation that goes on as well as this cable, so there's not a direct linkage all of the time between movement of that and movement of the butterfly. Another one is this area here, and we have, John, have you got some sort of dress-up kit on the thermostat tower on your car? You've got a nice stainless steel top on it. Also, I know that's black on that. On mine, it's aluminium. All this is plastic on mine. Yours appears to be stainless. So let's have a little look at this. So this is what's called the thermostat tower. It's basically plumbing. It's a down pipe with a T-junction off to the side and a little T-junction off this way. And then lower down, it's the housing for the thermostat, and it's the outlet for this pipe. And if I pull one of my covers for you, so I'm just going to pop that little clip, then where these are, pull towards me. And I've just pulled that pin out of that hole down there. You can wiggle that free. So that cover was sitting on those long pegs, 3 positions, and there's a rubber grommet just there and a rubber grommet just there, and the sleeves that go over the long studs, and that going to the rubber grommets. I've got my little pointy stick. So this piece is the thermostat tower, goes straight down, and then you've got this housing here, bolts onto the front of it, and the rubber hoses attached. This chrome top is supposed to be there on all cars, but I think it was deleted later on just as a cost down. Equally, many of them have just got lost over time because it's just pushed on. It's like a tin lid really, just for pretty. And again, some cars don't have them because cost down, some cars don't have them because lost. And underneath it, you've got this screw top that allows you to fill the engine up with water. And yeah, for some servicing requirements, that's quite a useful place to be able to open up the water system. But all of this is plastic, and you do hear of failure in the various joints where the pipes go on, because when people are removing these, they're levering away at them, and then the plastic itself has aged and gone through lots of heat cycles, and the combination means they tend to fracture and fatigue. So your vehicle may well have an aftermarket upgrade, and that would be an aluminium thermostat tower, which is a pretty common mod. I've got one here. I've had it in my drawer for quite some time. I always intend to do it, but never quite get round to it. It'll probably end up going on when mine fractures. Mine came from Berkshire Jaguar components, but many are available from other places. So what we've got here is the replacement for that part. So that black plastic top would screw onto here, and this is all aluminium. Then we've got this piece, which is also aluminium but bolts on there, and that is the housing for your thermostat. And this kit also comes with an aluminium top for the tower, all gaskets and all the O-rings. And they're not terribly expensive. This one was £62 including VAT. Another one while we're in this position, and this one was just brought to mind because my friend Gareth was asking me about this last night for his X308. Wanted to know if this pipe and this routing was standard. The answer is yes. This is the pipe that connects the two fuel rails, one for each bank of the engine, to each other. It's a rubber hose and it goes through this gap between the thermostat tower and the manifold. And it is shaped, and in my case it's not worn, it's sitting exactly where it's supposed to. In Gareth's X308 it had been chewed a little bit by the stainless steel top that was still in place on his car. So yeah, don't know what's going on there, but check that this is not chewing through because it is a high pressure fuel line. I get asked, where did you get your carbon fibre radiator closing panel from? I didn't. I wrapped the original in some carbon fibre film. Not the easiest thing to do because of the shape, and it's not 100% successful, but the very fibrous nature of the plastic underneath it means that looks a lot smarter. I may redo it. Quite like the carbon look, but I may redo it by painting it next time or remanufacturing it in another material. Don't know. Go into the bonnet area. There is a gap between this panel, which has the seal on the edge of it, seals off your bonnet, and here where the radiators are below it. And I've had several people believing there should be a panel between here and here, and I can understand that cosmetically, but it would serve no function as the bonnet seals off just here. If there is a closing panel, then I'm not aware of it, and we would have to look back at the very earliest cars, i.e. pre-production or maybe job one, just to see if that was ever an intention, but I've never seen that closed off. If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the videos. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.